Welcome to the first segment of American 700 Knockout Qualifying, and we're already off here. We're already 20 seconds into it, and Vince Freeze will be the first car out on the track. He won his first ARCSOA Elite Series race at the Mexico race, just outside of Guadalajara, and Vince Freeze will be the first out of the pits with Alex Allen in second. His course, nephew Vincent Allen will be actually in this as well. He qualified for the American 700 a couple days ago, and looks like Vince Freeze has been very quick in on some of the practice sessions. So it seems like handling is going to be a bit of a factor in this race as well. Here comes Vander Pesch out of the pits. So, like I said, a long 15-minute session, which tire changes will be necessary, I think, in this session. It's going to be incredibly important to get a tire change under your belt, because tires don't last long anymore here. It always used to be a fuel mileage race, and with the tires the way they are, expect that to be a bit different than normal. As there's Vince Freeze, now the first car back out on track. And we're going to see how fast Freeze goes. He already, I believe, set his outlap. And that is a 36.1. That was slower than the one-offs. And now that's better. Alex Allen with a 36.001. And here we go for the first segment. Remember, you have to be within the top 27 to make it. So 28th and down get eliminated after this segment. So it's incredibly important to get in. So as time has progressed a little bit here, we are starting to see some of these cars are not doing well, like Vince Freeze, the first car out. Kenny Myatt had a terrible qualifying lap. He's in 38th position. However, that was a lot better of a run. However, it's still not good enough to advance his position here. Remember, the fastest car right now is Dornan Bouchard. Bouchard right now is in with Roman Rahal actually in second, so it just proves kind of what the kind of tire strategy in this is you've got to have a lot of tire strategy, I think, to really make this work. Remember, top 28 is your cutoff, so Cody Lamas, Vander Pesch, Freeze, Shepard, Jones, Shelley, Fitzy, Thaber, Dormitory, Caldwell, Griffin, Dover, Myatt, Wallish, and Shallrod are in. Looks like there was a little position change between Lamas and the 29. Bisceglia moved up a position as well. So we're already starting to see some of these cars just really start to rotate positions, as there's Dornan Bouchard right now, the provisional pole sitter. The highest one-off car that got in through the Baxter, or got through the one-off qualifying, is Vincent Allen in the 44 car, driving the car that Nick Pericles nearly won the American 700 with last season. And this is just a very good car for him here. It's got a quality motor underneath it. Pericles, of course, has a new car, which is doing pretty well as well. He's in 7th position, not necessarily in a bad spot here. There it is, the updated car, that is. And Pericles is doing a pretty good job. And right now, Kenny Myatt's really struggling with his number 9 car. He's down in 40th position with only 8 minutes 50 seconds or 53 seconds left. Myatt's really got to improve if he has any shot up. The same with Vince Freeze, Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones down the order in 31st. Aiden Shepard in 32nd. Ryan Griffin 38th. Chase Dunbar and Jack Halleck are doing better than some of these guys. And it's now to the point where your tires are really holding off now, and you've got to really start thinking about getting new tires, as John Art's already pitted. Grayson Ace Vito's jumped up to 4th on the order. He was way down the order for a while. They're looking at Noah Hart in 22nd as well. I'm surprised, like I said, his teammates doing so poorly in qualifying, down in 40th. Remember, they're locked in, so it's not really a big issue here that they got to worry about. However, it's just you got to be quicker, you know? Tyleo Wallish has now bumped a couple of cars, has bumped his way up the order a little bit. He's up to 39th. He was the slowest car on the track. However, on older tires, he seems to be reveling in it. However, right about now is when you really got to start thinking about pitting for your tire changeover. It is incredibly important in order to get a good run to start doing this. Sean Perkins is in. A lot of cars we didn't really expect are in right now, like, well, Kyle Bisceglia I kind of did. Basking are in. Lamas is flirting being in. Lamas needs to gain one more spot, and he's in right now to segment 2. So we go through the order a little bit here. I'm looking for somebody else. Madeline Myatt not doing well. Noah Hart not doing the best. Becca Moss is in, and Moss has been atrocious this year. Becca Moss is in 8th. Ike Durbin, kind of a surprise for a one-off to be up this high. Ryan Griffin out. Halleck's in. Dunbar's in. Dunbar's, of course, the last car. And Shepard's out. And Jones is in right now as well. So, however, this could all change, though, with the tire fall-off. With this tire fall-off, you got to keep in mind how slow they're going through the center of the corner. However, it looks like Jones is pitted once. So, looks like Jones is kind of hedging his bets right now rather than staying out later. Jones has already pitted. Roush has just come out of the pits. He's down in 26th, so he's got to start looking at getting some speed as well. So, as we're seeing some other cars on pit road, like Dodd, Davidson's on pit road. Dodd was in 9th, so watch out for someone like Dodd. Dorn and Bouchard's still the fastest car on track, but look how slow they're going through the center of the corner. And that's all because of tire fall-off. And he's only done 15 laps on a set of tires. So, kind of shows what tires are going to do on this track. You just got to be really careful with your tire fall-off as we go on. But I think we're going to start seeing some cars coming in we've got to pretty soon, as it looks like the 15 needs to. 15 maybe lost a tire. And now we got some cars coming down pit road. This is Kenny Myatt, Alex Allen. Madeline Myatt's been on pit road for a while. She thinks she's pretty much locked in. Vince Freeze is in. Freeze, I believe, was on the outside looking in. Hart was flirting in the danger zone. And now we got all the cars coming down pit road. This is what we were talking about. That's a little late. But if they get back out there and get one good lap in, they should be good at the end of this session, maybe, to improve their position. They're just waiting for the right time to go out and maybe get some drafting help to get themselves up the order. But a guy like Kenny Myatt this low on the order, I think he was on the front row last year. And now he's just in all kinds of trouble right now. Here comes Perkins down pit road. And the other thing, too, is if you're one of these lead lap cars, you cannot be held up by some of these cars that are really slow out there. Like, I'm looking at Moshe Gurian, who is the 3rd fastest car on track, however. He's at the 3rd fastest lap, however, he is slow right now on the track. Here comes Benjamin Dover out of the pits. He was 40th on the grid. Remember, you got to be up to 27th to get in. And now here comes the field off of the pit road. Kenny Myatt's waiting an awfully long time down there as well. Tauger as well, having a pretty slow one. Shepard's coming out of the pit. Shepard might get some drafting help with some, but these cars that are on older tires, you cannot be held up by them, if I say so. So this is going to be important for like Shepard and a couple of these other guys to get out there and set a good lap. Here comes the 9 out of the pits, the 15's on pit road. And this is just, you're going to have to get in and out quick now, because there isn't a whole lot of time left. If you're in a situation like the 9, maybe, and a couple other cars, you might get a shot here at a couple of laps here. Gurian's coming in. Here comes the 1. Going to set one more lap in segment 1. As we're looking here a little closer at some of these cars. Here's the 9. The 8's got a pit, and that really hurt the 9, too, because the 9 got held up there by the 8. I don't think the 9's running really well, either, to be safe. Here he goes on his lap. As we go through the order here, you got a minute 20 left. And he's going to have to deal with cars like Zayden Davidson, who has already pitted, might I also add. However, that wasn't a bad turn there, if you ask me. Oh, crash in the back! That's the 21 going around. The 21 went around, and that could have been a tire issue there. And that could actually be a grid penalty, we're thinking, too, because they are going to throw grid penalties for incidents here. And, oh, this might hurt Aiden Shepard's lap here. They aren't going to throw the red yet. That would have ended the session. Okay, this is what happened with Wallish. Wallish is losing a lot of speed through the center of the corner. Comes up right in front of Eric Monaco. And, well, that was kind of a racing deal there. Monaco doesn't look like he has too much damage either. So Dornan Bouchard's the fastest car, but we're looking at some of these cars on the outside looking in. That's Ryan Griffin, who has not pitted, might I add. Also losing spots there. Halleck is in. Perkins is in. Lamas is looking for one more spot here at the end of the session. And we're looking on the big grid thing now. Any big movers? I don't see much. We're in standby. So it looks like Lamas, Vanderpesh, Freeze, Jones, Shepard, Fitzwater, Caldwell, Griffin, Shelley. Oh, somebody bumped themselves in, I think. Somebody bumped themselves in and bumped Dunbar out. I think that was Caldwell. Caldwell bumped himself in right at the end there. And, we still have 18 seconds left before they kick everyone off the track. And we saw that positions can be made in these last 10 seconds. And this really the only car that's going to get a shot is the 9, and he didn't get it there. Maybe the 11 gets there. But that's it for the session. And that is it. So the cars that will not be going on. And starting in 28th, we have Chase Dunbar. 29th is Cody Lamas. 30th is Vanderpesh. 31st is Freeze. 32nd is Jones. 33rd is Shepard. 34th is Fitzwater. 35th is Griffin. 36th is Shelley. 37th is Thaber. 38th is Dormitory. 39th is Wallish. 40th is Dover. 41st is Myatt. And 42nd is Shallrot. However, we're hearing that Wallish might be demoted down to 42nd for his little incident there. Big namers that didn't make it, I have to say Bobby Jones not making it, Aiden Shepard not making it into segment 2, and definitely Kenny Myatt and Ryan Griffin. Two drivers who are perennial Hall of Famers, starting way back in 41st and 38th, or in 35th. Not a great starting spot for them. So without further ado, segment 2 will be coming next.